Well, hello friends. Welcome to part 3 of our handles for the holidays. You may remember that week number 1 we had a look at seeing, week number 2 we had a look at hearing, and today we're going to have a look at following Christ. When Jesus called his disciples, to almost every one of them he said, "Come and follow me." And what Jesus was not asking them to do was just to be associated with him. He wanted them to redirect their lives around him and towards him. And it's quite easy for you and I to get caught up in a life where we are associated with Jesus rather than following him. We get associated with the church. We work around in church circles. We have church friends. We may be reading the Bible. We may be reading books. And all of these things, they make us feel like somehow we connected to Christ. But if you think about it, we may not necessarily be following hard after him. Jesus Christ has a very clear message to both you and I. His words for your life and for my life is, you need to come and follow me. And that means a whole lot of things. You also need to understand that he's calling us not just as Jesus the Savior, he's calling us as Jesus the King. He's saying, your life belongs to me. Come and lay your life down and follow me. I was going for a run earlier today and I was listening to an audiobook, and I started to think about a whole lot of things while I was listening. And a couple of the things I was thinking about, the first one was, why do I live troubled so little and grieved so little by my own sin and the sin that I see around me? I was also thinking about why my desire and my will is sometimes so far away from that of God. I was also thinking that I don't always ache the way I know God aches as he looks at the state of the world. And friends, for us to feel what God feels, to know what God knows, to hear what he hears, to see what he sees, we need to be following after him. Jesus looks at you, he looks at I, and he says, come and follow me. Come and follow me closely. Come and follow me consistently. And as we align ourselves closely behind him, following him where he goes, we will get to know him, we will become like him, and we will start to know the things that are important to him. So are there a couple of pointers that I can leave you with? Well, I got 5 little points for us to close. The first thing is this, I trust that through this message, you are feeling Jesus say to you again, freshly, come and follow me with your life. I then trust that as you're hearing that, you're making a decision in your heart to realign yourself, your life, your priorities towards Jesus Christ. Thirdly, trust that you're going to pray. Trust that you're going to read the Bible. Trust that you're going to find yourself in God's word, asking him to speak to you and reveal things to you. And then fourthly, we trust that as God moves your heart, as he opens your eyes to see some of the things that he sees, and as you hear some of the things that he says to you specifically, that you will adjust your life around those things. It's part of following him. And fifthly, lastly, that you would change the daily rhythm of your life so that Jesus Christ is a priority. So that you'd see it as a priority in the way that you use your time, a priority in the way that you give your energy, a priority in your heart. And trust that through this holiday season, you will learn to follow closely after Jesus.